What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I want to talk about how the narcissist will never give up on you. But that doesn't mean that you should give the narcissist a second chance, no matter how pressured you feel from the Hoovers. Because sometimes they're going to lay it on so heavy and they're going to put on a performance to where it's going to make you respond in a way where you give in. But you don't have to give in saying like taking them back into a relationship or just being friends again. You don't have to do that. The way you test a narcissist to see if the reconciliation is real or fake is by, first of all, reminding them that there are boundaries, and you're not going to let up on those boundaries just because you've kind of lightened up on the communication. Because if you let up, the more and more you let up on the boundaries and communicating, the more you're letting them in, even if you're not thinking you are. They have a very slick way of coming back into your life. Still be very selective on information you give them. Personal information about yourself, work, finances, family. Keep it all to yourself. Just let it all be a curiosity to the narcissist, because you don't owe them anything about the time that you all weren't talking. If anything, it's a privilege for them to have you back, have that conversation again. But my advice to you is just not to say too much more than what's needed to be said, especially if you work together. A lot of times you find yourself holding conversations with people you really hardly know, and you give them this information to hold on to, not knowing that sometimes later on down the line they'll use that against you or throw that back up in your face if you choose to cut them off. I'm going through that right now with someone who I had considered a friend, and I learned that this person was just as much as a snake as the first narc in my life, and the second narc in my life, and the third narc. It's like they all do the same thing. They all got me the same way, through offering gifts and not really getting to know me as a person that they wanted to love and respect. If anything, they only wanted to use me being this nice person to them, so they figure that they can use me as someone that they can get information out of that will better their life, that'll give them the image that they want. And also, when you entertain certain conversations with a narcissist, you also have to be careful. With people in general, because especially if you don't really know them very well enough to say you trust them, you have to be careful with people and conversations, because the first thing that they're going to do is call themselves trying to expose something that you said, even though they presented the conversation to you in a way where they're exposing someone. And the moment you give your input is the only thing they're going to take from that and hold on to throw it back up later. And a lot of times, no matter if we do give a negative input on someone that we hardly even know or we know nothing about at all, it's only because of what the narcissist gave us to go on. So it's really not fair to just throw that person out there come mad day and say, look, if you don't want to be my friend anymore because you so-called figured me out, or you're exposing me for being a snake, I'm going to tell them what you said about them. And it's like, yeah, but I said something in response to what you were saying, because you claim that they treated you so bad. They always go into their victim mode in order to really gain your input and to get your attention. So That's just something to think about, how tricky the narcissist can be and how they will never really let you go. And what I mean by that is not in a physical sense. I mean like in a mental sense. They'll never really let it go. You will always be the topic of conversation somewhere with the narcissist. They are speaking to someone about you as the moment each and every moment goes by that you don't let them back in your life. You're going to always be this bad person, you know, that they are creating you to be. And so people are going to look at you like that. You know, it's just like a cycle that goes on and on with the narc. It happened to me and it happened with me. The narcissist wanted me to believe that everyone in her past just, you know, mistreated her. Same thing with the male narc. It's the same thing with them. And it's like they will never let you go. If you don't block the narcissist on social media, trust me, it's just a matter of time before they'll be trying to reach back out to you, sending you a friend request, or they'll follow you, or if your page is not private, trust me, they're watching your page. So it's best to keep your social media accounts all private, like strictly private. And, you know, if you ever want to just kind of give the narc the benefit of the doubt, just for the sake of, you know, a test, just an experiment. And I'm not saying it in a way like just let them back into your life or get back into the relationship with the narc. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, I'm going to give this as an example because I work with one. The narcissist is constantly, it's like, what I mean by they're not going to let you go. They'll never let you go. It's because the narc has been the same way since the moment I met her. She felt like the way to get me was to offer me things. Her mind is fully set on who can I get next, who can I get next. And they offer you anything. And when the day doesn't, they're very calculated. They look at like, we got 8 hours together. Okay, so I gotta go into this right away. I don't have time to waste. I figured it out, like, that's why you come to work extra early, to get a head start. Not about the work. It's never about the work. It's about the supply and who can you hoover the most, and you know, who can you gain from the hoovering the most and the quickest. And when the narcissists feel like, oh Lord, their day has been fulfilled with the hoovering, and they're very calculated as going by trying to gain your attention, buying your friendship, offering you random things just out of the blue. It's like you will start to see within their body language that they're getting frustrated, and they feel like they have worn themselves out because they didn't get anywhere with you. Doesn't matter how many people they were able to gain that day. All those different sources of supply does not equal to you. And they will never forget about it, and they will never let it go. They'll try again the next day. And if time has gone by, weeks, months, years, they'll try again when they see you again, where they left off at, trying to hoover you again, because they will never forget you. You know, you're going to always be the hardest to get over because you're the hardest one to get back. And you were one of the best that they had. On tomorrow, I'm going to wrap up, you know, my little 5-part series. Just getting into a deeper thought. Just, you know, diving deeper into the narcissist's mind and how they really and truly operate. You know, the first thing they're thinking of in the morning and the last thing they're thinking of at night. I can only imagine what their dreams are about. I wonder, you know, I can only wonder. But again, the narc, when they can't fulfill that day and accomplish all of the gains that they had, you know, that they had assumed that they can get within that 8-hour period. And that's anywhere. That's whether it's a narc going to work or just a narc just waking up and starting their day from morning till night. Trust me, there's always a plan of who can I meet next. You'll be surprised at how many narcissistic individuals are sitting at a park every day. It's a daily routine for them, not because they enjoy nature and they like to sit out and feed the birds and, just enjoy a cool breeze or beautiful day. The narcissist is there because of the potential supply that they can gain. The same thing is with one, just always, they have certain things that they do, and it just becomes the norm. It looked like it's just a normal thing for a person to do. But a narcissist, trust me, it's targeted areas that they pick specifically to gain attention of certain individuals for that reason, especially for gaining new supply. They know where to go, they know where the crowd is. So especially when it gives them a wide variety of people to pick through, and even sometimes when there's not many people on the scenery, the narcissist, they can work you better. They can get inside of your mind even better because the noise around you won't be as much as a distraction. But again, within that 8-hour period, if the narcissist can't get you like they have everyone else, that becomes an easy catch. That just ruins their whole day. It's like all of this stuff I did was wasted time because they had their eyes on the prize the whole while and it got away again. For the 360th time, they got away again. Well, try again tomorrow. But before they feel that way, they feeling down, they feeling defeated, they feeling rejected, angry. And I see this every day. I see it, and I study their body language. And if y'all notice in my videos, a lot of time I'm talking about what I see. I'm talking about I see it, I'm around it every single day. A lot of videos y'all might be talking about narcissism in general, especially if you are a life coach or a therapist or something like that. But I'm talking about people who I study based on the behavior, based on the body language that they give every day to different people. And so I can speak on it from that firsthand experience. And that rejection, it really hits them hard, but it doesn't make them give up. They're going to be right back at it again tomorrow. And how I know, I kind of pay attention to things and how they have stuff laid out. They'll put it right in your view because they really think that it's tempting you. It's the thinking, it's the mind frames that they have. They really do think with a small brain. They really think that it's just that simple. If I put this $100 bill right there, right next to her, where she's sitting at having lunch, and she happened to turn around and see it, but there's a string attached to that $100 bill. They want you to get up and go after it, because that's just something that people do. But when you don't give them the reaction that they're expecting out of you, that makes them work 10 times harder to try to get you. They're back at the drawing point, and it's like they'll never give up on you. They will never give up on you, no matter how much time has passed. And like I say, I pay attention to this type of stuff. It's like there are 5 people, and I'm just using this as a example. There are 5 people in a workplace. The narcissist, they make up the 5th person. The narcissist is bought chili dogs that's already fixed in a container. There are 5 chili dogs. She's already eaten hers, and 3 other people has already gotten one. That leaves me the last person. And it's like, who is it for if everyone in there already have it? And you just can't make this up, and can't nobody tell me, well, what makes you think it was for you? It's like they want you to bite back. They want you to take the bait. That's just how small they think. They really think that you're gonna fall for the tricks, the elementary school tricks. It's like nobody cares about what you bring here. it doesn't matter to me what you offer because I don't want it. So you can stop trying. And until we train our thoughts to let the narcissist know, I don't care how kind you been, I don't care about the act you put on in front of others, I don't care what they think, because I'm rejecting you over and over again, I'm not going to give in to you. But just think about, like, just say for a moment's time, you go ahead on and say, all right, I'll take it. So what does this mean now? The first thing the narc would assume is that I got you back. No, you don't have me back. No, we're not going to start talking over the phone and texting again. Even though it's like you, most of the time, hold those conversations by yourself, because it comes a time when they're going to play the ignoring game and just go silent treatment on you. And, you know, just the same old thing. It's like, no, just make yourself think about how it was before, and that it is not going to change. It may seem that way if you give them a chance again, because they're so excited to have you back. You're that drug that they've been missing, you know. And of course they're going to give you the feedback that they should have always wanted to give you, but it's going to be fake. It's going to be just enough to keep you, you know, tuned in, interested enough to know, okay, so where's this going? Okay, I'm trying to give it a chance and see if you change. But trust me, they haven't changed. Nothing about the narcissist will change. They will always stay the same. It's just a matter of time before they show you what's really behind the mask. You know, so, yeah, and they're so excited to announce. Guess who? And then another thing, because I've heard people say this before, narcs, male and female. Like, guess who's talking again? Like, we're back talking again. Yeah. You know, and they'll make it seem like it was your fault that y'all stopped talking in the first place. And it's like, if you're going to present something, you're going to put something out there, you know, state the facts. That just goes to show right there that nothing changes. They will always be the same. Nothing changes. The narcissist will always be the same old sneaky, conniving person that just wants to be the victim and make you look bad. Even though things may seem like it's in a good place between y'all, and for the folks on the outside looking in, be like, it's glad to see y'all. I'm so happy to see y'all back. Mark, Baudet, I'm so glad to see that y'all are talking again. And it's not even like that. It's like the narcissist tricked you to come back, and they already back at the same old games of making people think that, you know, you finally gave them a second chance, and you were overthinking things. You were jumping to conclusions. You know, it was still your fault that things took a turn for the worse and y'all stopped talking for a long period of time. They're not going to never take full responsibility for their own actions. Never take accountability for anything. It's going to always be on you. Even though y'all are talking again, you know. And who's going to be thinking to ask, like, okay, but did you tell them that it was your fault we stopped talking? Like, who's going to be thinking to ask that? Nobody. That's how the narcissist could always get away with those little tricks. You know, as far as putting on an image to people and putting on an act. Because folks never really know the true story. They never really know the inside edition of what really, really happened. You know, they're going to only know what the narcissists want them to know. And if they, just for 1 second, seem like they're being, you know, they're holding themselves accountable or fessing up to things that they've done wrong, they're still going to do it in a sarcastic way. Like, I guess let me stop before you say I'm being bad again. You know, they just do stupid stuff like that. Like, they will never fully accept the fact that you were wrong. You were wrong. You know, just say you was wrong and own it. Own your actions. Own your true character. But of course, they're not going to do that. So, again, a narc will always expect you to give them a second chance because they're having a hard time, you know, just accepting the fact that you're not there anymore. You're not giving them that option to run all over you and abuse you again. So that's just something to think about. I want to thank y'all for watching. Leave your thoughts down below. I will be back tomorrow on a whole nother topic that y'all probably won't be expecting, but I hope you tuned in. And if y'all please give these videos a like and share with people you know may need to hear these messages, and subscribe. So thank y'all for watching. Talk to you soon.